I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. The internet is one of the greatest revolutions that has taken place in human history. The internet has turned the world to a global street. Global village has become too big. It has contracted the world to a global street. And if you don't know how to be a netizen, that is a citizen of the internet, and you don't know the process of actualizing your citizenship in the internet, which is netism, you will be left out. Today, if you remain mediocre, it is your own fault. If you remain inconsequential, blame yourself. If you remain irrelevant, blame yourself. As far as you can talk, whether in your native language or in broken English, and you have a camera, you have a phone, and you have data, there is the high possibility that your income will change, your relevance will change, your business will change. I've been in ministry for close to 30 years, but the last few months of 2024 have made more dramatic improvement in my life than all the 64 plus years I had lived. I've taken more pictures with people this year than I have ever taken in my life. More people have known me all over the world than my last 64 years, just because of the internet. And I want to share with you key principles that will make you do well in the internet. Let me share something with you. A lot of the television stations globally are making more money from the internet than viewership from their screens. Just like as a lot of transport companies are making more money from courier service than carrying passengers. So you must have this adaptability, this ability to face reality that Nokia missed and they lost out. There's a transport company in Delta State that missed a transition from Toyota buses to Toyota Sienna SUVs or minivans. Today, that company is going down. Their patronage has reduced drastically. So the ability to adjust, you can write books and do anything in the internet at a very fast rate, reduce costs and reduce stress, even reduce sizes. So like this, my phone is my own television station, regulated by YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok or whatever. So what are the key principles you must learn? Anything you want to put out in the internet must have the following. Number one, excellence. Because there's so much in the internet, you must excel. You must excel. Don't just put trash. You must excel. Number two, exceptionality. Exceptionality. There are some people I will mention. Number one, grandson from Uganda, Mr. Lover. So Lover. He's not the only bodybuilder in the world. But in Uganda, grandson just opened his body and he goes into the market and people will be staring at him. I commend his a cameraman and his editor. So the stare, the way people look at him and look at him has had so many views. Today he has more than 1 million subscribers. And there are so many women in the United States who are willing to marry him. With, what's this basketballer? This huge basketballer. Taller than Mr. Grandson, has more muscles than Mr. Grandson. If Mr. Grandson goes to the United States and walks in the street with his bare chest, he will not make as much impact as it is in Uganda. It is his exceptionality in Uganda that has sold him to the world. There is a young boy, he's 11 years old, called Rango. Tenge, 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 tenge. Tenge, tenge, tenge is a song that you sing for children who are learning to walk in Uganda. Tenge, tenge has big eyes and has an egg-shaped head, black. Initially, people made mockery of him. But as he did tenge, 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 he has millions of views. And today he's a brand ambassador for a real estate company in Dubai. He is a multi-millionaire at 11. You remember Emanuela? But let's talk about exceptionality. So he is exceptional. Odumejeje Indaboski, the liquid metal. Many of you don't know that I know him, that I had preached in that his place when I started ministry, when he was a young, very young man. He was still living with his parents then. His exceptionality, his grammar. He has gone to London. Many of you that went to good Bible schools that are speaking Hebrew and Shebrew, you have not gone to London. He has done a recording with Flavor, I don't know the man, and Odumejeje has several views on the internet. So exceptionality. If you are very regular and very normal in this generation, you might not go far. You might not have noticeability. Somebody said in the internet that visibility and noticeability will lead to profitability in whatever you do. Somebody told me that it is the audience that you create that will determine the income you will generate. And the discussions you generate will determine the brand you form. So exceptionality. The next thing is you must entertain. There must be a measure of entertainment. The next thing is that there must be a level of excitement. You must excite people. This generation is bored. What's this name? Go. It has gone around the world. When Mike Ijaga sang it, it had meaning, but lacked entertainment. Brain Jotter brought entertainment to the meaning. So you must entertain, you must excite, you must enlighten, and then you must emancipate people. A lot of people who call me will tell me, you freed me from myself, you freed me from being too nice and all that. You emancipated me from how I used to waste my money. Emancipation. It must empower people, give them knowledge, give them skills. The next thing, it must generate employment for people. Anything you do that generates employment for people and people are aware of it would have a global impact. Then the next thing is that your experience is exceptional. Share your experience with people. Then it must lead to enhancement. Make people's lives have an additional input into it. Jerry is doing well because prayer. People get enhanced. Their faith is built up. Then if you talk about entrepreneurship, in the internet, you will do well. So these are some key E's that you need to do well and become a global citizen. But you must have the following. Number one, have originality. Be organic. Have integrity and consistency. Integrity, people who question everything you are saying, they will verify. Then have integrity, because if you mess up, the internet will disgrace you. Now, you must, when I talk about entrepreneurship, I skipped something. Look at Flutterwave, and several other applications, Money Point and all that. It is an attempt to reduce stress, reduce costs, reduce time. Anything you can do to reduce people's stress, time, and wastage of money and energy, you will be globalized and you will do well in the internet. I'm having a wonderful time, and I want you to have the same wonderful experience with me. I'm your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Send a message to me on +234 705213 6763. This is just a small portion of what I shared in the webinar, the mentorship masterclass I did in July with my team. I'm going to do one in September 13th, September 14th. Send a message to +234 705213 6763, and I will send you the flyer. Just to round up, I did a video with a young girl in Bayelsa State that cooked for me. And she had a contract from the UK to cook in Igbuzo. The man said, if Dr. Apoki can recommend you, you must be very good. You just need a little exposure in the internet. That's why I remain eternally grateful to Nedu and the podcast. I remain eternally grateful to Tunde Ednot, to Kanayo that shared my post, and all of you who have been sharing my post. Please subscribe to this channel. We are very close to the 100,000 subscriber mark. Help us get there. God bless you. I'm your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki, the area grandfather.